Love it. Every time I come here, it's super sunny and shiny.
Yeah, great weather, great weather, lovely weather.
Today. How are you enjoying this fight week?
I'm excited. Happy Punch is here. We have 5 fighters on the card. We're really excited. I feel like we have a great chance of walking away from this event undefeated.
5-5.
That's right.
That's your prediction.
Wow.
That is my prediction.
Obviously, you've been here since the beginning of social media boxing, reporting from the days of Joe Weller v KSI. Did you ever think it would come this far?
No, I didn't. Actually, it's amazing what influencers can do when they put their mind to it.
Crazy.
If we think of Joe Weller versus KSI, KSI was a comedian. He was overweight. Joe Weller was an athlete. There was no chance that KSI could beat Joe Weller.
On paper, no chance.
No.
Yeah.
But then we get to the press conference, which is where we're at right now.
That's today.
And KSI shows up. And he lifts up his shirt, and we see the six-pack, and we see the dedication, the will, right, to go out there and, overcome and win this thing. And, yeah, that's what it's all about,
And he did the same with Logan as well. He was a bit of an underdog. People weren't really talking about him.
Bit of an underdog. It is physically impossible for KSI to beat Logan Paul. It just shouldn't happen, but it did.
Well, talking about it, you think he's proved people wrong twice in both of his fights. Now coming to this fight, or fight shall I say, he's fighting 2 people. A lot of people saying he's being overconfident. What do you think about KSI having 2 fights in one night?
Oh, this is a warm-up. This is a battle, all right? The war is Jake Paul. This is just a little battle that KSI is going to walk away with 2 Ws for the ultimate W of taking out Jake Paul.
Do you think, is there any part of you that thinks maybe he's taken on too much? On Saturday night, 2 fights in one night. One in a pro boxer, so his first fight against a pro boxer, and a fight against an unknown quantity because we don't know what Swarms can do.
It's not just that. He's going on tour. He's releasing music.
Crazy.
It's like it's so much. And if anyone can do it, he can. There is not a mind that strong in this industry, stronger than KSI. There just isn't.
Obviously, you said you have 5 fighters from Happy Punch promo. Which fight are you most excited to see?
It's got to be my co-owner, Fuzi, fighting Deji.
Massive.
Both of those 2 have L's, and one of them's going to walk away with a W.
Yeah, I think it's
Important
a
fight.
must-win for both of them.
I mean, do you think that those 2 are going to be feeling the most pressure because this is a must-win for both of them? They're both coming off losses. They've both got points to prove. They want to, be taken seriously in this game. Do you think that that's the sort of most pressure fight?
I know there's a lot of pressure on Fuzi to walk away with a win, but for Deji, I mean, he doesn't have to win.
You don't think?
He's still going to have opportunities. He's still going to have fans. I don't think he has to win.
Interesting.
I mean, he thinks he has to. I mean, he's on 3 losses, so he feels like this is a must
I mean,
win.
both of them. I think this fight is more important mentally than physically. Do you think mentally both fighters are up for it? Because we were talking to Fuzi and he seems more mentally ready than ever.
I think they both mentally and physically look strong and well. I think that is going to be one of the best fights of the night.
Slim's just
He's stolen our prime.
stealing our drinks. Who do you think is going to be the most entertaining? We'll
Sam
call it
Hyde.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt, Sam Hyde is the entertainment.
He scares me.
If you like boxing, if you really, really like boxing, watch boxing. If you like entertainment, you like to be entertained, you watch influencer boxing, and Sam Hyde is the entertainer of this event for sure.
He scares me.
Yeah, we don't really know what to expect ever from him.
That's what makes him great.
And his fight is a heavyweight fight, so anything can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, there is over 500 pounds in the ring. I don't know how to make UK kg. I don't know what the kg is, but 500 pounds in the ring in that match.
I don't even know how much kg that is.
It's a lot. I mean, there's a few fights that we actually don't really know what's happening because we don't know what will happen due to the fact that we haven't seen the boxing experience of some of the fighters.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes it interesting.
Yeah, that makes it really interesting, and more influencers are getting involved in influencer boxing every day. It's crazy. This is not going away. In America, I go to the boxing gyms just to see what's going on from city to city, and they are packed. And when I talk to the people that own the gyms, they're like, look, 3 years ago, there was nobody in the gyms. Now everyone is in the gym. So this is a movement, and this will be a viable thing for many, many years to come.
Well, you're only saying it's getting bigger and better. Could we ever see you get in the ring? You know, a lot of people have beef with you.
There is one person I will fight, only one person.
And who's
that is
that?
Ethan Klein. So
Ethan Klein, if you're watching, make it happen.
I don't think he's going to do it, but he does have a son. So maybe your kid, when he becomes 18 years old, I know I'll be like 60 then, but I am down.
Well,
Are
listen,
you just
see
going
what
to
your
keep
son,
training till then?
the grandson,
I
the
will.
son, whichever family member you can get.
Just keep training through.
I would love to see that. What a fight that would be.
I'm down.
That could be a main fight alone.
Do you think that we're going to see soon KSI Jake Paul
Absolutely. Next year.
next year?
Yeah.
How do you see that going? Putting you on the spot there.
Deep breath, deep breaths. He's got a
You
lot
on
to
the
say for this
spot.
one.
My mind says Jake Paul, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, their mind would say that, but my heart says KSI. If anybody can shut down Jake Paul, it is KSI.
And he loves to surprise people.
Like
he
you
loves
said.
to do what
Yep.
people say he can't do.
I had the same exact feeling when he fought Logan for the second time. My mind was saying Logan's going to win, but my heart was with KSI, and ultimately I called KSI to be the winner, and he got the win. But for anyone to say that like that wasn't close, I mean that is about as close of a fight as you could get.
Could have gone
Yeah.
either way, that fight.
Yeah.
I mean, we obviously know that they were rivals at the time. So KSI and Logan were rivals. They didn't like each other. They have since become friends. They run a business together. They seem on good terms, but there is massive beef between KSI and Jake. Do you think that causes a bit of tension? Because at the end of the day, Logan and Jake are brothers.
Absolutely.
Who does Logan support? Business partner or brother?
I don't know what to. I wouldn't know what to do. Surely it's got to be the brother.
You'd think so.
Yeah, he's got to defend his brother. I mean, it puts Logan in the most awkward position. But, I think the three of them, Logan, Jake, and KSI, they've been in the business for a long time. And, I feel like at some point, just like Logan and KSI came together and became cool with each other, business partners, I think Jake and KSI, maybe a decade from now, might be friends.
Do you think? I feel like these lot hate each other to the blood. I can't see them
I
ever
was going to say,
getting
do you think
along.
that they'll ever be okay? You think yes, eventually?
I think yes, because they're going to make history. This fight is going to break all types of records. When
My
Jake
God.
Paul fights KSI, I mean, we're going to see like professional, popular boxers just be mouth on the floor, shocked at those pay-per-view numbers.
I mean,
It's gonna be crazy.
KSI v Logan Paul 2 was the 5th biggest PPV in boxing history.
And we just found out about that. Eddie Hearn
found
just
out,
told
yeah.
us about this recently, which is shocking because, we had Jake out there flexing his 1.5 million
Yeah.
pay-per-views versus Ben. And, Jake got knocked out of the top 10
That's-
by his brother
Yeah.
and KSI.
And it's crazy because all the top fours, Mayweather, KSI v Logan Paul, and I think that just goes to show how serious this YouTube boxing is. You can't ignore it, and a lot of people aren't a fan of it. The older traditional people who are into boxing, but you can't ignore it because this new generation are crazy, and this is what they want. This is what they want to see. YouTubers go against each other.
Absolutely. I mean, why do you watch sports in the first place? To be entertained. And I